Happy Monday, everyone. Jo here at SportsGrid. It's time for Puck It with Jo. Two great games on the slate. Can the New York Rangers close things out versus the Carolina Hurricanes and get the gentleman sweep, winning here in Game 5 after allowing the Carolina Hurricanes to score in that third period on the power play? Now, that was the first power play conversion for the Carolina Hurricanes against the New York Rangers. And I do think in this game, we're going to have some fireworks. I do think we're due for some overtime as well between these two teams. But at the end of the day, I think the New York Rangers are able to get it done. So let's break down this game. Let's look at what we're looking at for line value in this one. When we go over to FanDuel, we are seeing the Carolina Hurricanes coming in at -110 and -110 here for the New York Rangers. There has been movement in this line from this morning. This morning it was -113 here for the Carolina Hurricanes and -106 for the New York Rangers. So you're not missing out on much value if you didn't already grab the New York Rangers this morning at -106 and -110. I do think it's a good price as well. One thing you could do in this one is you could put a half unit on that right now and then look to come back on the Rangers with the other half of your unit when the Carolina Hurricanes go up. What we've been seeing in these last couple of games, Carolina has been very strong at getting those goals on the board in the first period, making the Rangers come back in these games. So I don't hate that at all. My money won't go on the Carolina Hurricanes in the first period because I do think the Rangers, with what we saw out of them in the last game and with what we saw out of Igor Shesterkin, I do expect them to come out sharper on their home ice at Madison Square Garden and be able to give him more protection and for Igor to have that bounce back game. Now, that being said, Igor did not have a terrible game at all by the standards. You look at him overall in the playoffs, he still has a .932 save percentage and a goals against average of 2.31. Just in that last game, because he's been such a brick wall to try to get through, he allowed those goals coming in, but it was still on 31 shots on goal. So he stopped 27 to 31 shots on goal. Just needed more there from him in that one. So when we look at how these games have played out so far, we know the New York Rangers won the first three. Game 1, they won 4-3. Game 2 in double OT, they won 4-3. Game 3 in overtime, 3-2. So that's how those games have played out. Game 4, of course, was that late power play goal by the Carolina Hurricanes to win at 4-3. Frederik Andersen's numbers haven't been great during the playoffs so far this season, 5-3 in the playoffs with a 2.63 goals against average. It's a save percentage that scares me. It's a 897 save percentage. It's just not strong enough, especially against this New York Rangers team. Now, the Rangers are going to have to get their special teams working. Like I said, that kill wasn't able to shut down the Carolina Hurricanes when it mattered the most in that last game. They would have clinched if they were able to shut them down in that one. I really do think they had every ability to clinch that one, but winning here on their home ice would be nice. So when we look at what's happened with the Rangers, that power play was so elite in Game 1 and Game 2. On their home ice, they went 4 for 9 on the power play opportunities. In Game 3 and 4, they went 0 and 5. So that was in Carolina. I'm hoping for that special teams ability to come back here, back on their home ice, and for them to be able to get it done. They still do have the edge in goal. When we look at the goaltending matchup here between Frederik Andersen and Igor Shesterkin, I really do still believe in Igor Shesterkin, even though he had a hiccup in that last game. And they have that ability to create those high danger shots. Their chemistry out there on the ice is second to none. I do think this is a team that can go all the way to the Stanley Cup finals there. They could even hoist the cup. So I'm looking for, as long as special teams comes to play tonight, this team will clinch this series. So let's go, you guys. -106 here for the New York Rangers. Anything else I'm liking is more like Igor Shesterkin over his save shots on goal. That's coming in at -106. 29.5 is his number. And I do like that to the over. Now, if you're looking here for a team total, I think the team total, the New York Rangers, is in play. Over 2.5, it's just juicy at -140. Even if we see a defensive battle out here, I do think Frederik Andersen has just been too vulnerable, and we know the situations of the empty netter. So could this finish 3-0, 3-1, 3-2? It absolutely could, and I am looking for the Rangers to find the back of Frederik Andersen's net 3 times. Okay, Rangers close it out tonight. Let's go. Chris Kreider and Jamie Benn anytime goal parlay. Ooh, Larry, I think that's actually a really nice one. Chris Kreider here and Jamie Benn of the Dallas Stars. I like where you're going with that one. You're jumping in with Dallas. It is so hard. We're going to start talking about this game. The Dallas Stars versus the Colorado Avalanche. You look at the Dallas Stars, best road record in the league in this season versus the best home team. I could see a way that the Dallas Stars get it done tonight. I don't think they're giving me enough value for me to jump on the Dallas Stars. We look at the Dallas Stars, that line right now at plus 116, minus 140 here for Colorado. That total of 6.5, minus 115 to the under, minus 105 to the over. It's just not enough value at plus 116 for me to want to take the Dallas Stars against one of the hottest teams on their home ice in the Colorado Avalanche. Now, I know Dallas was able to win game 3. They're leading this series 2-1. Colorado is going to be in that mode where they cannot lose this game on their home ice and go back to Dallas 3-1 in this series. I do think we get the series tied up. I've always thought this series goes back and forth and goes all the way to 7. So Colorado really needs to step up in this one today. As I said, both of these teams retrospectively are playing in their best situation. Dallas on the road is the best for them, and Colorado at home is the best for them. I just can't I can't see them letting 2 slip through their fingers at home. So Colorado at minus 140, I think is solid. Colorado's been another team that's got off to a slow start in that first period, and it's the first period that has come back to haunt them. So if you like Colorado, instead of laying the minus 140 price, I would probably look at live betting them if the Stars come out and score first like they've been doing. Now they got that 4-1 win Saturday night. It's not what I expected. You got to remember 2 of those goals were empty netters in the third period when Colorado had pulled their goaltender and were absolutely desperate. So at that point in the game, it was a 2-1 game. If you just look at the box score and don't really look at the periods or watch the game, you won't be able to tell that flow of the game and how these teams really did out there on the ice. It was a tighter game than that number depicts. Now, Dallas has been really physical. Dallas has been looking to come out and punch Colorado in the mouth and get those goals quick and then really lock down on the defensive side of things. They weren't forced into Colorado's game in the last one. They were able to slow it down a little bit. They were still playing fast hockey, but they weren't allowing Colorado to be able to move the puck so fluid as they normally do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for Colorado out here tonight. I know one thing, their big stars have to come to play because we did not see them on Saturday. We also need them to be able to convert on special teams. That power play went 0 for 3 again on Saturday night. So this is not what we need out of Colorado if they're able to get things done. So with the situation they're sitting in 2-1 right now, the Dallas Stars, if history repeats itself, are sitting in the prime spot to take this series. So if you want to start looking at the series here and looking at Dallas, history will support that. It's interesting. So the Stars have never lost to Colorado in a playoff series that has gone past 5 games. For Colorado to win right now, this would have to go to game 6 for Colorado to win. So that really is on your side. They faced each other in 5 previous postseason series, with Dallas winning in 7 games in 3 of those. So of the last 5 postseason games, Dallas has won in 3 in game 7. And then we also saw Colorado winning in 5 games in 2004 and 2006. So if it goes to game 7, the edge from history is for the Dallas Stars, but in the edge right now, because it's going to at least go 6. So we'll see what happens here. It's going to be a great one. I do think there's a couple of players you want to circle. I'm going to look at Wyatt Johnston here of the Stars. He wasn't able to get on the scoreboard in the last game. We know how pivotally strong he has been for the Dallas Stars. I do think his shots on goal come into play. Over 2.5 shots at minus 118, I think is something definitely to circle. Now, when we look at the shots Georgiev faced in the last game, he only faced 21 shots on goal. He saved 19 of those. So asking Wyatt Johnston to come out with 3 shots, is it asking a little bit too much? I don't think so. This young kid has been absolutely golden out there on the ice for the Dallas Stars. When we're looking at the Colorado Avalanche, Nathan MacKinnon knows his team desperately needs this win. They can't go back to Dallas down 3 games in this series. I do think Nathan MacKinnon steps up. Now, Nathan MacKinnon hasn't been getting those shots on goal, but I do think in this one, we look at that last game, Jake Ottinger made 28 saves in the last game. We did see 1 goal, so he faced 29 shots on net. Asking Nathan MacKinnon, their superstar, to come out here and get over 4.5 shots on goal, it might seem like a lot. It's at minus 115. I do think he does it. I've been trying to play around with Nathan MacKinnon to get some value. His anytime goal is minus 105. His 2+ points, you're going to get value. But if this becomes a game where he just gets those assists, I don't see them winning. I think the goal has to come. So I'd rather take the anytime goal at minus 115. Now, I do think Cale Makar has to step up. Natushkin, again, this whole core unit needs to step up for Colorado and show the Dallas Stars this is their home ice and they're not taking 2 in a row. And I do think they do that. Now, Cale Makar, if you want to look at him, offensive defenseman, you guys know how much I love playing his player props. 4+ shots on goal coming in for him at plus 140. I definitely think a strong way to go. So we cashed the Dallas Stars in the first period in that last game. If you want to do that again, I don't hate it in this one. It's not one of my primary bets, but you guys know by the time I am about to kick off, or this game is about to kick off. Not me. I'm not kicking off on the ice. I wish I was. I can't even skate. But by the time this game is kicking off, I'm pretty sure I'll have that bet in on the Dallas Stars in the first period as well. I just won't be able to help myself because this is what we've been seeing. It's like what we've been seeing out of Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes have been starting off hot versus the Rangers, and the Stars have been starting off hot and not being able to hold their lead. If you want to look at other playmakers, I would look at Wyatt Johnson for his anytime goal as well. He's been pivotal. Rupe, Hintz. This Dallas Stars team is really, it's a talented team. It's a deep team. I just don't know if they get it done today. But you guys, that's it from me. Join me on Game Time Decisions, 6:30 Eastern. We'll be talking some MLB, some NHL. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a fantastic day. Let's make some freaking money out there on the ice. Bye, guys.